reconnect this program. If I just get it. So, partially connected. Okay, that's why. Log in on there. That should work. Have I just, I did. They're working. I am fixing stuff, albeit very slowly. Yeah, I don't know if it's still on Twitch even. Because I accidentally closed the window. That is not a good thing to be happening.
Yeah, I think they already have.
Well, it's loaded the website up. Yes. So it's live, but I closed the window. That was dumb of me. So, anyway. I have to try and connect this. Okay. Hope it doesn't dox me. Oh no, it's connected. Okay, this should all be connected now. After a lot of messing around. Test works on YouTube. Apparently it's not streaming on Twitch. Okay. Well, I could try connecting that as well. I do not know, because as Twitch shows it being live. I'm just spending however long, like 3 minutes, just wasting time. But I'm supposed to have this working. I mean, as I say, it shows everything being logged in. Partially connected 3 or 4. I think it's working now. I think I just had to reload it. Maybe? I don't know. Apparently Twitch chat isn't working, but YouTube is on that window. I can make this work. I can definitely make this work. Gonna have to get the music window open again anyway. Because I'm just sitting for too long getting nothing done. Like, I was sure this was going to work, and then it decides, nope, actually, I'm not going to work. There we go. Hopefully this is volumed correctly. I feel like that should be the right volume. It's right through the headphones. Yeah, I should be able to make this all work. And yeah, so the hair is there. I don't know, there's like 2 hair layers, but they're not ideal to have while shading. So yeah, that's what we need for now. The tail has no colour as well. That's supposed to have colour. So yeah, the hands, as I was learning with this whole shading thing since last time, what's in shade should be a little more red. I kind of have that there, not completely though. So I think, yeah, that's the eye layer mask for the eyes, which I did get some work on. I could do 1,000,000 times better, but I think they're okay. So anyway, we have, yeah, various things that need some shading. It's not eye colour, it's on the like skin shading. There we go, skin rendering. So base colour, yeah, it's in this folder. I don't know if it's showing, but it's in a folder here. I'll call it red shade. I understand this is an oversimplification, but if it is in shade, it's more likely to be red. I feel like, is there anything? Is a felt tip or something in here? Oh, I think I need to clear my nose. Just one moment. Not that. I've got a million different things open here. That should all be working again. So, yeah, it's not like clicked on that window. Probably resizing something else. Oh well. So we've got mechanical pencil. I want something soft. I mean, I guess in the paintbrush, that's probably the closest I currently have paint and apply. And man, this is lagging my PC at this resolution. I'm apparently not getting drop frames on the upside, so it's all good. It's all good. That's too much red, but honestly, I don't know. Like, it's taking its time, but I will use 80,085. Is it? Yeah, 80,085 pixels, because that is a cool resolution. Even if Clip Studio isn't meant to handle that much. Now we just have to wait for this to catch up with where I'm going. Not sure how visible it is at low bitrate, but... yeah, so I think that's added the red there that I wanted. I mean, I think that's okay. And then we've got the... yeah, it's typically like more white where the light is hitting it, so I don't have to adjust this lighting particularly. I mean, it's a tiny window in OBS I'm looking at, but... that should work. Again, there's some shade in there. I actually need a smaller brush here. 2000 did not feel large enough before. Try 250, that's like tiny. At least by this canvas size. Like, there's going to be some kind of shade cast over, though, by the item there. Not item, by the skin there. It is on a layer mask, so I don't have to worry with it, like, overlapping off the skin, and... don't have to worry too much about that. It's going to stay on the hand, regardless, because of the layer mask. I've done that one, that's far too harsh. Can I go and, like, just, there's soft. There's airbrush soft, yeah, so... the issue is that's too small a lot of the time. For what I've been trying to do. I think it's fine here, just because I'm not shading massive things, but there's definitely some space on the legs and such where... you're talking a lot of, size being needed. As I guess would be natural about this resolution. Takes like a couple of hours to resize everything to this res after it was on a smaller canvas, as derived from the photographic evidence I have got that I based the anatomy off. So I think we go, yeah, that is far too large. Yeah, so something like this is fine. I think if I go somewhere like that, have to try and get the angle correct to make this look natural. The thing is, you can't see the thumb or fingernails, but you don't have to. It's just the way it's angled. That's fine. I fear I've gone with a little too much shade there. I'm trying to use it as shade, I think. It's literally not so much shade, but just how the skin reacts to the world around it. So I don't need to make it super hyper detailed. Maybe if I go around like so. It's hard for my brain to adapt to YouTube chat being up on like the top right of the display. I'm not used to having it there. And then I've got the Twitch one below it. And again, I'm on the wrong brush. I feel like the airbrush is good for this, especially at this size. If I use it correctly, it'll give me a nice soft render here, as I say, where the shadows are. I think this is, yeah, the stream is actually labelled correctly this time. Made that mistake last time. But it is at least R now. I can cut this top part. It irritates me when it's imperfect. I think that's fine. I think it does make it look a little more alive than it otherwise was. And it's small, the changes. There is actually light coming in from both sides here. I don't know, how does that look? Not so great. If I make that a full 2000 size... Yeah. I mean, I could to a point see that working, but I'm going to have to very gently do it or something. Maybe very soft and then getting harsher. It just doesn't look right. I tried, at least. I can say that much. Yeah, so there's another place we would have the red, just round here, because there's enough around the arm to, like, make shade. And that's odd. The whole canvas was moving just fine, but the brush was like not moving, it was lagging. I'm finding all of the issues with a 5-year-old version, 7-year-old version of Clip Studio Paint. It's scary how long I have this stuff for. Okay, so we've got that idea. That's why I don't like using it was paint and apply, I think. Yeah. That's why I don't like using the airbrush everywhere. Not because I'm useless with it, but because it takes too long. Oh, not too long. That's like the airbrush is actually quicker than paint and apply, which I didn't expect. But this is just a size thing, really, of the brush. Yeah, you might say that's like moving after I've moved it by about 10 seconds or so. So that's something. Do need to get some shading on the dress and stuff. Like, I have no idea how this red is going to look. How good or bad it's going to look. And... has it done anything there? If I just... yeah, so it hasn't even bothered to put the colour down. That's very weird. I mean, how does it look if I just have like 2 lines going down there? Does that look terrible? I think this colour is far too overpowering anyway. Okay, that's weird. It's done like a more airbrushy thing there. I don't know. I feel like I'm putting the same pen pressure down. So we can have probably red shade 2 as well. I mean, there is like shoulder things there usually. I am also thinking there's sometimes like white elements where the bones kind of show. I speak from experience here. I do actually feel like a little red there, like a small amount shows. It's just as long as it's a small amount and not like loads of red, I feel that does actually give it a bit of texture. I want to do something with the eyes now, I'm thinking actually. If I could make them glittery. I'm almost done with the skin about as much as I need to. So if we go... Should be, I don't know, darken, does that work? I think it kind of works. Maybe I'll go with like 50% as well. So it's not really prominent, but the shading is kind of there on the edge of the image. There is also the legs, but I'm not sure I need to do anything with them. I guess actually there is one place, which is like at the top. I think I can probably get away with airbrush here. Yeah, like my point being, just at the top here. As I say, stuff in the shade usually is where the red is, so... I mean, this isn't going to be like perfectly flat just because of the nature of how the clothing moves and stuff. Okay, so that part I think is supposed to be closer to the leg, so that part will be more... will be less shade. The red is working though, as it should. So then we're going to do the same basic idea on this side. Nope. Okay, that's something. It does add actually, it adds dimension to the skirt rather impressively, even though, you know, you can't really see any shading here. So I'm liking this so far. I'm still not sure the legs are like detailed enough, but not detailed. I'm still not sure about these shadows here. Maybe it'll just get better kind of looking as time goes on. Now, as I was saying, the eyes, I want to add sparkle to them. I think I might have some kind of glitter pen here. I do not know. If not, I can download it and do it another time. So, the outfit, yeah, there is the outfit that needs doing eventually. But I have got the eyes started. Okay, there's eye pink layer mask as well. Ah, yes. It's just I've got like eyelashes, eye black, which is the middle. That has to go on top of the other stuff, so that's where things are confusing me a little. And okay, we've got the eye pink and the eye white. Where did I put the petals? Did I just like draw them on top of the pink or something? I think I might have. Not that it particularly matters. It looks decent. Let's hope it doesn't take ages to save recovery information. Yeah, there are other bits of the eyes that I did, and then I decided I'm not going to go so much with line art here. Tried to get like the darker rim around the eye there. I'm not sure I did it around like the absolute edge of the eyeball. It should be there as well. If not, maybe on another layer. So, I'm just going to call it eye sparkles as a layer because hopefully I can have some. There's the petal brushes. I'll see if there's glitter. Actually, there is like search. I wonder if that'll bring up the page. I'll put glitter in because that's basically what I want here. pixel brushes. What is that, I wonder? I am curious. It'd take a long time to download. Well, I don't have that kind of time right now. But it is interesting. Starry brush. I already have starry brush, whatever that is. I think that's like more cosmic than outright glitter. There is metallic. That could look good. I'm just thinking of the car paints, but it could work on the eyes if I want them to really shine. So that is something I could try. I think I spelt metallic wrong. Yeah, there we go. There's chains. Liquid metal mercury, and I don't know, that costs like clip points. I'm not sure I have clip points. Don't think I do. So yeah, I'm burning time here, and that's not good. Effect brush summary. Is this it? That looks like it might be something like I want. The material has been downloaded. That would have been quick if it already has. And it hasn't given me frame drops even. This is good stuff. Prism brushes. Okay. A rainbow of light particles. I want these eyes to look good, so I'm going to see what there is. Pressure sensing simple, but I don't know. It's like they're not explicitly called it glitter. 350 DPI. I don't know. I think I'm on like 72. But very high pixel resolution. Yeah, I mean, there's some interesting versions of that. I probably won't use it on these eyes, but just going window shopping. Twinkle particle pen, that looks good. Yeah, that looks like it would look pretty good in the eyes. See if it's I don't know. I did search it. Maybe I'm searching it wrong. Oh, it's loading them in now. I always get paranoid it's going to give me loads of frame drops every time. How is the yes, YouTube is complaining about my low bit rate, but it does appear to be functioning. Yeah, it's like loading these in. Branch, I have as a cherry blossom branch. I've got all kinds of like cherry blossom ones. Just that's how I did like these eye pieces in cherry blossoms. Glitter particles. Oh, my nose is acting up again. I feel like this setup just has dust on it or something. Okay. So, glitter particles. There's various glitter particles that I've loaded in now, at least. Have to look closely at the images. There's 1 and 2. I think I'll try 2. Might as well add both, actually, 1 and 2. Well, I've not added glitter particles 2. I've added glitter particles. And I've added something else. Actually, from that image, it looks better. How does that look? I do not know. I mean, it looked interesting as a concept. I'm not so sure, though. Try whatever this is. That's kind of like space look. But there's definitely glitter there. That's the thing. It's in Japanese, whatever it is, but it looks good. There's also the prism one. Let's see. Ooh, can go round. That gives it like dimension. I like that. Going to 2000. This is masked naturally. If I could go and like overlay or multiply or something. Oh, add glow. Okay, that makes it basically white and not no variation in the colours. But the overall shapes that he's working with looks good. Hard mix. No. Saturation. I'm just playing with what it's got, honestly. The screen, that looks decent. Subtract. Yeah, normal gives all the rainbow colours. I'm not sure I like them, actually. How does hard light look? There's overlay. How about difference? But if I make it more transparent. Colour. Colour makes it like green. Yeah, it's like add glow, I think is the best I can do. Without the colour, it actually does look nice. And I'm not going to use full brightness. I mean, I might go 25%-ish. See how that looks. I think I want it to like just show up. As in not super noticeable. So I think like 10% visibility works. It doesn't add a huge amount, but it adds enough that it's interesting. Yeah, that eye is not... The eye white there is not like complete. That's an issue I need to sort out. Now I can do it later. Make more work for my future self by saying that. Where's the pen gone? Or the mouse, should I say? I know where the pen is, but... There. It's finally shown itself. When I clicked on it. There's hatching. Oh. Well, that's something. There's a load of stuff under, like, hatching and whatever. Sand tone for scraping? Okay. I don't know if this sand can go in a colour, but it does give the eye a little life, interestingly. There's also cross-hatch tone shading, whatever that does, that. Dow's Cloud. I do think the sand looks good. Like, that's not quite glitter, but it looks pretty good. I could go with, like, different pinks as well. But that's not white. It's just a very light pink that does somewhat contrast with what we have here. Yeah, that's a max size I can get. So there we go. I quite like this. It does make it look more matted and less shiny, but once I have done, I think with all the layers and shading and stuff, I think that eye will look pretty nice. We only have one of the eyes, so that is definitely an advantage. I'm just going to call it eye sand. You don't really want sand in your eyes, but what else am I supposed to call it at this point? That's literally what the bush is. Background, there's all this stuff that I didn't know to look for. But now I have. I'm grateful I have. So I've got the lighting point. I don't have the reference image up anymore. Could probably try and bring it up, because that shows lighting and stuff. It'll be on my SanDisk USB. Sakura V2. Is it me reference? No, that's a different one. I think it's standing reference. Standing reference cropped tiny, and it won't load that up apparently. No. This one will load up. There is our reference. So just to make it easier to zoom in, I'll make another like Clip Studio window. And I'll see. Loading file. This shouldn't take too long. Well, it is a 200 megapixel file, but you know, it's still a photo. It's nowhere near as much as 80,088. So I'm going to make a new layer for this again. I didn't do it before. Or again, I didn't do it before, and that kind of played against me because, you know, I didn't. I did it all on one layer. Anyway, if we look at this eye, the IRL eye of me, because I used this pose, like, that's the photo I used. I got the anatomy and then this. So, you know, she's like a different height and everything as Sakura is, but I was able to use that because I'm not good at anatomy. So I just cheat. I made the photo myself. That's got to be worth something. So we've got this. Or should I say, the eye is here. And then the point of the light hitting is there. This isn't going to make much sense, but at least I can erase it on a separate layer now. So we've got the light is coming from down here. I did this with the shading a little before and stuff. So the light is coming down from this direction, and it's going to like hit the eye like on the top, just like that. That's where it's hitting, and that's where like our shine point is. I can also, if I remove that, can make a million different layers just for this. It doesn't really matter. So if we look, is there any shading? I can see kind of shading like in this section, just looking. It's not very high res. I mean, as good as the S20 Ultra is, you're expecting a lot when you always zoom in that much. For a phone, it's very good. And still the same sensor they're using on the newer like S25 and stuff, S25 Ultra and stuff. Why I bought it, because why pay all that money for the same camera sensor? Doesn't change the fact my S20 Ultra still has more RAM than that by about 4 gigs. I say about, it's exactly 4 gigs more. So where might the light be? I see like some light on this segment of the eye. I'm just trying to like decipher where the light and the shadow and stuff is, so that I can use it. Because even with this eye being a lot smaller and a lot less characterized, there's stuff we can learn. So I think like paint and apply is probably correct here, wherever that one is hiding. Here it is. Now, I don't think I want to use absolute white. I think that's a derivative of the pink. No, that's actually what I use for the eye white. It's not absolute white, but I don't really want to use anything that far off. I could make it slightly more to the pink side of things. Not much, but, you know, just change that hue to a somewhat lightish pink. Point being, this will be more reflective, so there should be a little more red there. Yeah, there is. Still a lot of green and blue, but there is a lot of red. More so than the other colours. So that's, I think, what we need. Close to the pink of the eyes, but close enough to white that it's not going to look off when it goes past the eye edge, so to speak. Past the edge of the iris, I think they call it. So, okay. I don't know if like this is attached to just that part of the eye. I think it might be, which would solve a few issues here. So I do need colour picker, that was it. I need to get the colour picker. I keep losing my mouse. It's from 2005. After all these years, you would think I know where it is. In 2005, that can't have been over 20 years ago. It looks kind of pink actually, but kind of grey as well. Anyway. I'm surprised it looks as pink as it does. So if we get the eyes... Yeah, eye pink layer mask. So that is specifically over the pink element of the eyes. So I'll call this the... lower light. As I say, we're going to just use paint and apply. Which is not ideal because the thing lags, but... still one of the better brushes for what I've got. At least I think of the default Clip Studio brushes. It's probably one of the most useful right now. Got to go back to our reference. I think I might have put it there. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't think I'll undo it because I risk messing it up. So as I say, we've got that. Okay, so it's like... it's an angle thing almost that I'm noticing. If we go back to this. It's like an angle thing here. So we've got that angle for the eye. Almost like your stereotypical headlight and all that. That is, yeah, so it's got that kind of angle to it. At least from this angle is what I can see. And this is doing recovery settings on this file now. I've not got the chat window up, have I? Now I have. I did have Twitch working on that before, on that program, but not so much now. Okay, so this is nowhere near as angled, but some of that has remained. I thought I called it tower light. No, lower light is called what it's supposed to be called. So, you know, we've got that angle now. We're going to have to go at it like this or something along those lines. Yeah, there we go. Pushing down a little more. I am getting this where I want it to be. I kind of do like the frosty look of something like rising up from right. Not sure it's going to suit Sakura, but I can try doing something like that. I am irritated by that part when you look it up close and like there is a load of missing colour. I'm going to have to sort that, definitely. I do at least have the eye base colour eyedroppered. It looks almost like the petals are on a different layer, like higher up. Did I put in eyelash? Imagine that. I think they're just done over the pink, honestly, but I do not know. So we've got the lower light there. There is, I don't know where that like black line comes into the whole equation. And that's like on pink. Wait, is there like pink missing there? That looks like there's some pink missing. No, I think that's something else. It might actually be the colour underneath, I don't know, because it's not like completely block pink. It's a very soft brush. And I like that like softened look on the eye. Nothing is like super sharp, but I do like that look. I think it works somehow. Yeah, lower light was like turned off. Not sure how that happened or why, but... Well, I'm on the eye sparkles layer, not that. I did think something was off. I think if I go... I feel like add glow. Maybe just add. I don't know what's going on with those petals, though. Like, they don't appear to be hidden properly. Overlay. Soft light kind of works. Bit better to transition. How about hard light? Because it's a very soft pattern. Hard light maybe, and make that a little smaller a number. Try like 75 or 80. Somewhere in the 70s. So, that's something. Hi, Elena. I'm not focusing though on the chat. I'm trying to do Twitch as well, so yeah, I've got all this stuff open. Yeah, these are the eyes I'm still working on. I tried doing the skin shading, which I've had to learn for, and I think I did okay there. I guess it's still on the face. I've not done that skin shading there and stuff. Because I noticed it's typically it goes red when there is less light. So I've used that trick and it seems to work. I mean, I've got layer masks and everything. But I'm trying to make these eyes look a little more I would just say unique. So I've got the petals, which I actually did a long time ago, and I've added a few different touches and details to make them sparkle a little more. I don't know. There's only one eye visible, honestly, which is kind of lucky. Yeah. So that's what I've got to do. As well as I've got to add some shadow because reference. Yay! I did this. Yeah, streamer things. I thought it takes a lot more bandwidth to do this, but I was thinking either this or I use Stream. What's it called? Streamlabs, is it? And that only gives me 720p. So stealing all my bandwidth it is. I mean, I'm limited for options, but I managed to get it working. I don't know if the avatars works on Twitch. I have to try something. I did try and set it up there. So is that? I think it might have loaded me in. I don't know. I might have the same like @ name on YouTube as, I don't know. No, it's E7400 on Twitch. I don't see that working. I don't know. Maybe it's not tied in properly. Wait, how did Sakura become a Gumi? I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how Sakura became a Gumi. I guess it's all the software and stuff. Unless it's because of how the bots are like supposed to be tied in. Wait, can I change a Sakura bot by messing with this? I'm probably spelling it wrong, but yeah, okay. Apparently, I can change the YouTube bot account by entering things on Twitch. That's an odd thing that I never thought would happen. So, indeed, Sakura is now sus. Twitch fellas. Yeah. I mean, I could probably reconnect it and stuff, but why that affects the Sakura, I'm just completely lost on that. Because it shouldn't be like controlling the YouTube bot through Twitch. That is just a bit random. So, yeah, I got to do the shading anyway. As per the reference, so it like goes goes at the headlight angle, because naturally that's how we all measure lighting. It's invaluable having this stuff though. So I'm going to need a colour picker. Sakura, are you sus? I don't know if it should answer that through the YouTube side. Everything should be the same. Yeah. There's stuff I might have to set up on Twitch still, but it's working at least. So we got this colour. That's probably fine, actually. So, wait, Sakura did just say she's sauce. Yee. Well, at least it's on brand for a crewmate. It looks off with that petal. Like, I think there's various little colour issues within the eyes that I'm not a fan of. I also added that little Sakura yippee thing as a Discord response. It's kind of fun. I mean, if you have a Discord, if you have a premium Discord, you can literally just take my weird face thing and use it on other people's servers to confuse them. I don't have a premium one, but you know, if you do, it's just something to mess around with, mess people up with. Like, where did they get this emote? I do think I did the best mouth though, like better than any of the other emojis, whatever. So, eye pink line art, eye pink layer mask. I'm struggling to like remember all my layers here, which aren't visible on the stream, but upper shadow. So, does it go like that? Oh, okay. I'm seeing something here. So we have eye colour. I want the shade to go across the whole eye, not just across the pink element. So I'm gonna have to tweak that. So where is it? Upper shadow. That can go up there. The eye is curved, so... Sometimes this doesn't work. It's ultimately whether it feels like it kind of thing. It's weird, but... It's this weird paint and apply thing, doesn't always work. And that eye is not like attached as it should be on that particular line art. Do the other brushes work here, or is it just me? Maybe if I go and move it out of eye colour, I don't know. Yeah, now it works. That's a thing. I don't even understand my own software, as it turns out. So I think I can go soft light, I don't know. Makes it look tired. I don't know. Makes Sakura look very tired. I think I used too much shading. So, there is the airbrush. The airbrush is very small because I'm using an 80,088 canvas. No, 80,085 pixel canvas, which is the perfect resolution. Unfortunately, it means that it lags. But it's all worth it for the memes. Clip Studio, writing to file and all that. I should have saved a long time ago. So, there is the... Yeah, there's the dress. I need to do some shading here. I need to factor in the lighting here as well. So, despite the outfit changes, I will reuse this image some way. So, I don't know. So, we've got the light source. That's not a very large pen. I need it to be larger to actually see anything. So no, it's going to be eyes from there. So I think the light source will be like here. Yeah, Sakura yippee. I did that like in 30 minutes. I had this idea, like I want to draw this, but I wanted to give it Sakura hair anyway. No idea why. I just felt like it. I just love putting Sakura hair on random stuff. It's funny, I think. It's like when you put Miku hair on random stuff. I think Sakura's hair is distinctive enough that you can just put it on anything and it kind of works. And like you recognise it's Sakura. Probably one of the better hairstyles I've done just because of that. So we've got the light. If I had another layer here. There's gonna be like a shadow cast, so it's probably gonna be like this kind of. So yeah, the light is hitting it from above, so I feel like the shadow will be something like this. I'm now wearing a skirt because something like that for shadow. That's my new fashion statement. It is now fashion. I am going to need to... Well, actually, that pink is the same as the eyes. So maybe I could use the same, like, shadow colours. I guess if the light's going to be kind of blue, because of the clouds and the atmosphere and stuff, and then the sun being white... I found a lot of stuff out that I didn't think I would need to know. But the, I think the light is blue because it's shining through... The sun is white and it's shining through the atmosphere, so the light appears blue. Can just move that around, honestly. Like, if it seems too harsh, I can just change it, like, after the fact. Probably make it a little lighter blue. And then, I think I've got, like, outfits somewhere for... I've got outfits somewhere for where I need to sort it. I kind of want to make a yippee avatar now, but I don't know, maybe if I did it like deliberately bad in paint.net, that could actually be kind of funny. Especially if I did it on like the gaming PC. If I had like a break from doing some gaming of sorts, I could just like make a random avatar in paint.net really poorly with a mouse. That would be kind of a fun aside. Getting distracted. I don't know where it is, so... Outfit... Okay, we've got outfit base colour, but we've not got any shading or anything now. I need a folder for that. And I will clip it to the outfit base colour. So, what do I call this? Shading? I don't know. I guess shading. Probably try and go with the airbrush. Again, which I use far too much. Actually, no, I need rendering. I'm not making like a layer and then I'm calling it shading. I'm making a folder and then calling it shading. I confuse myself. And now there is a battle royale. At least it should be showing on the stream now. I must try something. I probably did. No, I didn't. I typed it correctly, actually. No clip. No, there's no clip. There's that no clip in my winter car. That's how I was able to fly. So I think. I'm using this blue. I'm being completely dumb. I'm using this blue. Which it might have a use, but if I'm doing shading, I want it to be a very dark blue. Not a very light one. So over here, basically. Colour picker. That needs like attached to the blue. So we've got rendering, shading. I must cheat. It's the only chance I have of winning. Unsub and block. I have ways of acquiring cheese. We don't speak of those, but I have my own ways of acquiring cheese. Hair colour wear piece. That's not it. So outfit base colouring. Okay, I'm on the shading layer. My head is being kind of slow today. Nonetheless, I am making progress. I've done most of this on stream, so that in and of itself is good. And Sakura gets a hug. I wonder if I can control everything on Twitch with Sakura. And like, I wonder if I can control everything though. Yeah, I can do it. It was actually instant the moment I clicked enter. it did the dance animation, like that moment, so that was very fast to respond. Apparently, I am Sakura now on the Twitch side. Even though that is a YouTube account, who knew? I mean, I would say that's doing it through YouTube on the commands, but maybe... Because I don't know, surely it should do it through my account then. My, some random guy account, not Sakura. I don't know if this is going to work. There's definitely, I would say, going to be more shading towards the... Or more shading coming off the, right of stuff, just because of where the light source is. And then there's probably going to be some shading naturally because of the height of different pieces. This whole thing is supposed to be easier to draw than the E4. And I've still got all these complicated details. I thought I've given her like some kind of crown or something that matches the belt. Don't know if that would add anything though. I guess it would make it harder to draw. The hair is distinctive enough on its own. So if I go... I feel like there's got to be an easier way. I guess if I make that the reference layer, I'm probably making my life a lot harder than it actually needs to be. If I make the... Where is it? I think it's like one of the line arts. Line arts. Hair. Never give detail. Yeah. I mean... I'm sure, no, because there were details. It was definitely like that, what was it, 8-ball enter? I probably am saying it completely wrong. But there was the hair on her. That was definitely a detail. Like... I mean, I just want this to be distinctively enough Sakura without being impossible to draw. Because it's like, every time I now have to draw V4... I feel like I'll have to put aside an entire week just to draw it properly. This I could probably draw quickly, even if it wouldn't turn out that great. There was ways to draw this design quickly. I even actually stole your belt design, Elena, because my other one was too hard to draw, so I just stole the way you'd drawn it. That is my feature now. I own it because I claimed it. I own it because I claimed it. Anyway, the I need to find the line art. Wherever it is. I've got so there is like outfit base colour. I feel like it would be above that. Body line art. I have found it. So there we go. That is the line art that it uses. And then this should be a lot easier. Like, I've been putting myself through needless difficulty. There we go. All that difficulty I went through for nothing. I'm not sure I like the shading there, but at the same time, it may just work. Probably going to need 2 shading layers. So I'm going to need a bit more shade here. I would feel like that's fine. It's almost fine. He's stealing. No, I'm definitely not stealing. Can ask Sakura. I'm sure Sakura will defend me. I never steal anything. I just claimed it. Therefore, it's mine. Because I claimed it. That is definitely how the rules of ownership work. Didn't Sakura say I should go to jail before or something? For cheating at the Battle Royale. I'm sure that was something that happened. And then the necessary lag. Somehow the PC is lagging like this and I'm not getting frame drops. I can't really see the metrics all that well. The GPU is having a panic attack at times. Is he stealing? Certainly, I don't doubt it. No! How does Sakura know? I mean, where did she get that idea? Because it's definitely not true. If only this was quicker to actually do the whole thing. It's taking its time, that's for sure. But I am seeing depth, which is something. I kind of want to do chrome effect, like not chrome effect, but fully reflective effect. But I don't think, again, like making it easier to draw. This is not going to be easy to draw if I do that stuff. This is not working out too well. I think maybe I need to actually give it a bit more pressure. I don't know, was that too much pressure? Like it, I'm sure it's lagging more than it did before. It's going through it, but shouldn't be easily visible on the stream. This is not like, it's not entering the line very quickly. I'll have to wait for it. But I will not give up this canvas resolution. Questions must be answered. I must know. I must know if Sakura's making it lag. Something is going on with the shading layer though. Like it's either not entering it like now, or more with this pen. It decides when it wants to enter paint. No. That sounds sus. Okay, this might be the one. That never happened. I'm not eating wires, definitely not. Although I am rich. This is why I'm rich. Look, I have RAM. And it's DDR4. It's only 4 gigabytes, but this thing is going to appreciate. This is my retirement plan. If you've seen the rate that DDR4 RAM is going for nowadays for cost, this is my retirement plan. I'll hold on to this cheap OEM stick of DDR4 until it's worth more than everyone's house. Yay, there we go. The shadow's kind of entered. He's rich. I mean, there was this meme I saw, I think it was on Reddit, but I couldn't find it again, and it was that SpongeBob thing, and it was like, he's got RAM, get him. It was on some, like, computing Reddit post. Found that quite amusing. Because someone had, like, these older computer parts that they'd got. And there was, like, a load of different RAM sticks in that pile. RAM sticks? I can't say the R properly. There we go. Oh dear, I've cut it in the wrong way and now the shadow looks completely messed up. There's someone else. Oh yeah. I think it's a bot, I don't know. There's a link there, so probably is. I don't know. It's not showing on the other stuff anyway. It's a stream of data than the other one. I think that's from yesterday. I think it's just a bot like putting links on, but I can't seem to like stop it. I don't know. I don't know how to control this stuff. Not like anyone's going to be watching it anyway on there. I mean, hey, to be fair, if it is a bot, there's a sus avatar. I think I've done the shading on this side at least. So that's something. The tail looks off, I don't know. That shading is a lot more aggressive than the other pieces. I think there's a way I can fix it though. So if we get the very soft eraser. What's it doing there? Like, why is it giving it that effect? I think it's the hard eraser. Kind of fix this now. Had some pains drawing that line anyway, so yeah, it's not ideal. I think I need yeah, I need to paint and apply again. Trying to fix my past mistakes as I do. I think the speed of the pen and all that affects it as well. Wait, can you change the size? I think you can actually. I don't know much how to do it, but I think you can change the size in YouTube commands. That's why Waylord was invented. So you can just take up the entire screen. So we're gonna need the other eraser. I keep reading Radio Cat on there on the avatars. I know who to ask. Sakura. When I can get to the keyboard. Yeah, that's a weird way to... I'll have to ask Sakura. I went to try out the old membrane keyboard, but this was plugged into PS2 and I have to shut down the PC completely. I want to try using this one, but I'm still on the Dell keyboard because of that. That's a nostalgia keyboard because I used them all the time back in the day. Before Apple keyboards became all flat. What does that mean? My lady, are you secretly Danielle? We must know that. I'm feeling suspicious. Sakura, other things you can't tell us. It's okay. Did I copy that? I think I did. Do I have... I've apparently made a layout, whatever that means. Yeah. It would actually be funny if you changed your name to Danielle and had a wig on. I mean, that would be one funny thing, I think. Like the exact hair, because I think the exact hair is a lighter blue anyway, so it would actually kind of work. Because there would still be contrast there. Well, it's kind of, technically it's blue and white, because it fades from white to blue. That's how I designed it. Shading 2, that's what we want. I mean, this should make sense if I do it right. Now we just have to wait for this to catch up with itself. It's not even that I've got an underpowered PC. It's just that it does not like this resolution at all. I need to put the image on my Discord or something. Or it probably won't fit. It's like a large image that you import to Clip Studio to hack this resolution in. I am noticing some depth appearing at least. So that is something. Do, 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 do. Honestly, I sometimes have to use a smaller canvas. I mean, my tablet is not going to handle this, but I mean, I had to do this because it was necessary to use a massive canvas for the memes. I'll actually put the pixel resolution in I'm using, because it's so perfect. 28. Yeah, that is the resolution. It is totally a normal resolution when Clip Studio normally maxes out at 50,000 by 50,000. A limit most people wouldn't even bother to test. Sometimes I have actually used like 1080p canvases. I think that last one I did in 2 hours because the reference image was 1920 by 1200. The end image ended up being that. That finished off so well, but the first part was not so good. Yeah. Now, honestly, using IBIS paint, believe me, I've tried. The best you can get is like 9,000 by 16,000. My tablet isn't even that bad, but I think IBIS paint itself is a flaw there. Like, you try and go any higher and IBIS paint basically explodes. So, yeah, as you can imagine, that is nowhere near what this is. As I say, it's like 16,000 by 12,000, or 9,000 is about... 16,000 by 9,000 is about the most I've actually pushed it and had it somewhat usable on that program. This is why nerds don't usually do art, because they start doing things like I do. Five 580 by 547. That's like a crop of 540p, which is what DVDs use. It's about that point. 960 by 540. I don't know, like, I know his 4K is typically fine, which is 3840 by 2160. You can typically make anything at 4K, and that's easy enough to handle, I think, for most tablets. My last tablet had 3 GB of RAM, which isn't a whole lot, and then that was just fine running at 4K, so... You can usually push things that high, and there's no issues. I maybe should try a different brush, but I think I'm too far into this now. Give it a little bit of pressure and a little bit of speed, I think, is the way to go. Is this I don't think this is set to follow the vector lines, because if it was, that would explain it. I don't know, it's like it lifts off super easy. So you can't actually keep the pressure down. Hmm. It's 3:27. Where's the time gone? Like, how long am I in now? Just under an hour and a half. That's the hour gonna say. Just like struggling to draw online. Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, if you go to the largest, I think like 16,000 by 16,000, it doesn't work. So, I mean, as I say, Clip Studio I've got here, the desktop version of Clip Studio. This, like, it manually blocks you at 50,000 by 50,000 pixels. But of course, I would find a way to make it taller for the meme number. You can also do, there's another number you can do, which is pixel art. That's 67 by 67 pixels. So, I mean, that's one thing to try for pixel art. But yes, like with me, it locks it after a certain res, but you can still get a decent amount. And the only thing is, if you're trying to do animation, then it says you can't do it on the paid unless you have the paid version. Its animation is like that. I don't usually do animation. For animation, there is Rough Animator, which is just a one-time purchase and there's no subscription, so I have that. Because Ibis Paint isn't going to make me pay when you can get a program for £15 or whatever, and it'll do, or whatever that is in dollars, and it'll give me up to 4K animation for free forever, basically, once I bought it, without any extra payments. I mean, for all its limits, though, Ibis Paint is probably the best I've got on Android. I still refuse to pay these subscriptions, though. And I don't even have a phone contract. My phone is on pay-as-you-go. I got so used to just not needing to use the internet when I'm out, so it's not actually hard for me. I feel like this is now the case of, like, do as I say, not as I do. Because I've completely lagged this thing. I feel like I should get some loading cursor. What's it like, the Windows 98 hourglass loading cursor? I feel like I should try and get that working. I don't know, you're able to change so much more easily on the Windows XP era. You could change so much about how the operating system looked. They were different times. Yeah, I mean, this Clip Studio, I think I've said before, I had this since about late 2019, maybe even a little sooner than that. So, I've had this for a long time, and I've not got a subscription or anything. It's like what I'm able to render and stuff, it's not something I see would improve if I bought a newer version of Clip Studio. It has features, none of them I would actually use. It's also the kind of, what's it, the expression that, like, a bad artist blames his tools or something like that. Because if you know what you're doing, you don't need the best stuff you can draw with anything. I don't know what I'm doing, so I need all of the expensive stuff to actually do it. It's the same as the phone I got, the S23 Ultra, which I bought for the camera. It's the exact same camera sensor they use in the S25 Ultra. But you pay a lot less for that phone now, just because it's older. Even though the camera is the same. You know, if you pay attention to where you spend your money, you can save a lot. And get pretty much the same experience. I kind of want to do another stream making the stream avatars. If only because I'm too lazy to work on them off stream. Well, not avatar, I mean the Aurello avatar. Sakura with cheese and cheese with Sakura. I could actually do like a cheese Sakura, like there's Sakura Miku, just do like a yellow version. Yeah, I mean her eyes will still be Sakura coloured, so therefore it is applicable. I want to stream my winter car again tomorrow if I can get that set up. I have some ideas. But there's stuff I want to sort out first on the game. Right, this line will have to do. It is not good, but it is how it is for now. I mean, I could probably try using the eraser a little. The soft eraser. I think I will have to make this more. Believe me, these are not my steady lines. These are me cheating. If I can select one, there you go. It's a lot of like messing with the vector points. I hope they're showing up on the stream. But it's a lot of me just messing with adding and removing vector points and everything. These lines are not as steady as I make them look. I have learned a little how to do them more stably. I also can't draw quickly at all, so like, I guess that's the flip side of it all. There's also like, what was it, automation? You have to be pretty precise with the mouse on that to actually get all the max rolls in place. Totally good art practice. I feel like there's just certain parts of this dress that are actually a pain to draw though. Because like now I'm off that part of it, it's fine. Cheater, yes. We have to ask the important question again. Hopefully that entered the command correctly. I mean, it was giving me like the spelling typing error thing. Because Sakura is apparently not a word you can enter. But I entered it anyway. I think I've got it up on the stream what the V2 used to look like. And then this is now. This is the V2 now. It's what it is. It's like those food adverts. And I doubt it. Yes, Sakura trusts me. I don't know, it's probably like Sakura, isn't it? Like on the actual Japanese. Because I think Wa is one of the characters. Pronunciations. I think the key distinction though is to split it up, because the Japanese don't say like one word how English do. It's usually broken into like 2 or 3 parts, which you hear if you listen to enough Japanese songs. It's kind of a recurring theme. I mean, the other thing is I'm also absolute garbage at anatomy. So, like, this only... The anatomy is only decent on this because of this. Because I did that. That's the only reason the anatomy is halfway decent on the final piece. I don't know how many layers I had. I think I did, like... probably did 3 or 4 actual, kind of sketch layers as well to translate it, so yeah. I mean, I'm not as good as I make it appear. So I think if we go, no, we don't set that as the reference. You can try darken, because that's basically what it's doing. Try 25 on there and 75 on here. How would make this look shinier? I'm not so sure. I guess hard lighting can work to make it shinier, at least in appearance. Yeah, anyway, what was I saying is like, the V2 I've got here and the older reference V2, that looks like the when you have those fast food adverts and they make it look 1,000,000 times better than it actually is. I don't know, it's not selecting that. Ah, there it is. It's because the layer is locked. Like, I want to fix this. It's not as in line as it should be. I could try switch corner, switch corner, switch corner, switch corner, and switch corner. Tail. There we go. Tail is tail, and the tail is also tail. I don't know. I think I'm going insane from all the lag I've been facing. Gonna need to add some lighting as well. So if I can get, I think it's called a body line art or something. Body line art final copy. That's what happens when I transitioned it to this insane resolution. Every single layer became a copy. Yeah. I totally shouldn't be in jail. You're going to pin me? I mean, I don't really have a jail anymore, but there is a Sakura reference image box. I mean, that's probably the closest there is. Wait, where am I? I don't even see myself on the screen. I can't even see myself anywhere. Where have I gone to? Okay, so the line art. Oh, what was I saying? The can go and add an arrow for the light or something along those lines. I know, like, I've disappeared. Has it put me like below a layer or something? I don't know. So we're gonna need a layer lighting. Feel like the could go with a warmer colour. I don't know, honestly. I don't know so much what I'm doing. Hopefully inverting them, aren't I? Guess if I go with like a more... Actually, there is an ultra bright pink colour if that's what I wanted. Which I use for the eyes. See if I say anything if it will make me magically appear. I don't know. I can still use my moderator powers. Wahaha. I may be gone, but the bombs remain. I have no idea what happened. Okay. Yay! Wait, I'm back somehow. Well, that just happened. Somehow I am back. Sakura, however. I can make loads of fake viewers. Oh, the fake viewers. Ah. Wait, we need a fake Sakura. There, that is now Sakura. I was sure that was a key to know, but it wasn't. It's just Teto with yellow hair. Wait, it's a golden Teto. Like, didn't they have the golden FNAF things, and that's like golden Teto? Might as well save this so I don't lose all my work for today. I could just catapult at the avatars anyway. Jeez, Zach. We must find out. Don't know, it's like, I don't think my stream avatars are misaligned. Now I can't even see them moving the thing around. That's odd. Sure, why not? Sakura is cheese. This has now been proven. Okay, so we've got to do this lighting anyway. I'm getting sidetracked. Does that work? I think it might. The whole, like, glowy look. I do think with the lighting, though, you can have, like, a darker rim on stuff and it kind of works to give a perspective and stuff. Don't know if that's going to work. I think I just need to delete the, like, in-between elements. That can be around there. On a side quest. Wait, Sakura has returned. Where's he? Yes, we now have a real Sakura back, who is sus. Didn't realise that. But Sakura is now here again. I think maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe if I just go right on the edge here because of a light source and stuff. I'd say that works quite well. Then we need to reference layer the line art here. Lighting. I am definitely not cheating to make everything look better. Definitely not. Yeah, 2 Sakuras. There was 2 Sakuras, but I fixed it. We don't talk about the other Sakura. The other Sakura was never here. It was all just an illusion. Feel like I need to find somewhere new to build the car in my winter car, I've built it in the pub, or the cola shop, as it is canonically known. I've built it in the supermarkets. What's there enough for Sakura? Don't know if Sakura answers yes to that. I could go with a little more light in here, I feel. Just a little, and that might like tie it together. Just the idea that that's like getting light from the other side. I think if I don't want to mess this up completely in terms of like cutting the wrong places. Wait, Sakura said there was another Sakura. And Sakura goes in the slot. I forgot about those responses. Got 10 by kicking the machine. My slot machines aren't rigged. What do you mean you couldn't possibly win? I do need to sort the tail out, which should match the hair colour. Which I can actually add back in, because there's no hair at the moment. There we go, my transparent hair trick. Which kind of worked. Have I got the... yeah, I've got the hair. So, the tail. And I have done the wrong thing. So, can go to 2000 on that, and I'm not the right layer. I need to be on the correct layer. There's like tail colour, ear colour. Well, that'll do. I think. If only it wasn't locked. But that's supposed to be the reference, isn't it? Very strange. That was supposed to be the reference. Oh, I think... no, I don't think I have it selected, so... I'll just use the eraser later on, because before I did something and it took ages to respond. Don't want to mess up that again. There we go. Have I trimmed that correctly? I think I have. Looks a bit more like it's got some life now as a drawing than before. I think I have used like some white on the ears and the tail before. I can probably repeat that white, to be honest. Feel like I shouldn't have used the fill bucket. Felt like that was a dangerous line. The ears base colour. Wait for this to respond. I feel like I could do so much more of the lighting on this. I might have like a line going across where there is like any piece sticking up because it would like kind of catch the light there. Might try that. What have I done here? Like, that is not shaded properly. That irritates me. Now I've got more to redo. I feel like I found somewhere else that could do some shading. There is I don't know, just call it upper shading, because if I have another layer, it'll make it less likely I ruin something. I think was that? No, that was a shading colour. I have it now anyway. Time to use my least favourite brush. Do 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 do. Ah dear, this is slow. Half the time it doesn't actually draw anything with this brush. I don't know what's going on with it. Is there any shading on the other one, I wonder, the reference photo? Do, do, do. Dropping me pen. That's how you know I'm a professional. I could try using a blur brush when the time comes. I do not know how the blur brush will do for lag on my crusty old i7 from like, that was 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably try and finish this up fairly soon. Yes, shadows are being fixed. It looks slightly less bad now. Okay, that is a way of shading. If I go, I could do overlay. I think I need it to be light, so a soft light, not sure that'll help. I could add some either lighting or shade there. I think that needs some shade. Could add some shade under the hair actually. But I don't know, I think that's already kind of sorted. And when I put lighting and stuff on top of the hair, that'll probably deal with it. Maybe just a little, well, I don't know, there would be lighting through the other stuff. Probably do some very minimal shading. I think that kind of works. That actually kind of like, it doesn't blend so well. I think I need it just so it doesn't like get super obvious. There is shading there. Gonna then need some lighting. Upper lighting as I will call it. I do think it looks better than it did before. Like, it's not perfect, but it is gradually getting better. See how this works out. I wonder if there's anything else I could add. I mean, there is a shading there that I've not done. Could try this, as I say. Feel like don't know how this is gonna look. mean, that is something. I'll probably remove it, but it is a form of lighting. Can make that a little less harsh. Add glow, perhaps. Yes, I think I'll just finish this little bit of shading and then I'll finish for today. I have done something at least. I don't actually hate that lighting down there as much as I thought I would. It does look better having like seen it from a distance. Probably have to redo it properly, but there is definitely some charm to it. Definitely gives it a bit of life. Still saving. Have I got any frame drops? OBS isn't actually showing it. That's a bit strange. There we go. I've apparently got 0 drop frames, so that's something. So I think if I go, there's hair layers somewhere, so it's got to be somewhere. Hair base colour, top, no. Line art hair, that would be it. So that has to be the reference layer, I believe. I might have to unlock it as well to get that as a reference layer. But anyway, there will also be somewhere here like skin rendering, that would be it. The red shade. So okay, we have that. See if I can get a bit of light here. Life, whatever. So that's not quite correct. But anyway, probably finish off at this anyway. I will upload a screenshot of this, not of the full res, but I will upload a screenshot to the Discord. And I'll call it here, just let it save. And I will say goodbye until another day.